Good morning! We're here at the Wild Basin Trailhead inside the Rocky Mountain National Park. It's still dark, but it doesn't really matter because you guys have seen this before. And today, we're going to be going for at least Lion Lake number 1. Depends on how we feel when we get up there. We might go for Lion Lake number 2 or even Snowbank Lake. Starting here on the Wild Basin Trail at about 5:50. We're almost 30 minutes into the hike and we're approaching the first trail split, and that's where we're gonna take the shortcut to the right and take it on up through the campsites. If you're gonna do Thunder Lake or Lion Lakes, that shortcut will take off 1 mile. Basically it cuts out Calypso Cascades and Ouzel Falls. This is the cutoff to the Pine Ridge campsite, and that's not it. You want to follow the trail down for just a few more yards to the next split, and then that's going to be the cutoff. And up to this point, we have come 1.4 miles, and then this shortcut is about 1.3 in length, and it's pretty rocky and it's pretty steep. We're going to knock out a big chunk of the elevation gain right here. If the fire trail had a long lost brother, this would be it. This is like the Wild Basin's version of the fire trail. It's awesome. It gets you up to these harder destinations a lot easier. I mean, like I said, it cuts a mile off each way, and you're not going to find too many people on it either. At 1 hour and 10 minutes on the nose, we're up here to the next trail split, and we're back on the main trail. We're going to take this over for another 1.3 to the split where you can go left up to Thunder or right to Lion Lakes. We have arrived to the final trail split. In that last 1.3 miles, that took us about 35 minutes. So we're maintaining a pretty good pace. And it looks like we've got another 2.2 up to Lion Lake number 1. This trail is steep in spots. However, we've already come up roughly 1,500 feet, and we've only got about 1,000 left in this last 2.2 miles. This trail is really pretty back here. We're a little over 2 hours into the hike, and we just rocketed up to about 10,400 feet in elevation, which means we have just a little over 600 left. As we continue to hike higher in elevation, the terrain is changing. Trees are starting to thin out, and we're starting to get some really nice views of the surrounding peaks. There are a lot of lakes back here in the Wild Basin. However, of the major ones, you know, like Ouzel, Bluebird, Thunder, I'm going to say the Lion Lakes are probably the least visited of all of them. They're kind of the furthest ones out, and they're not on that main trail sign at the trailhead. We're at an elevation of 10,670, and right here, there's a little social trail that branches off, and this goes over to Castle Lakes. We're not actually going to go all the way down to the Castle Lakes. Looks like it gets real boggy and wet right there. So this is about as close as we're going to get. And that Castle Lakes detour is literally 10 yards off the trail. It's right there. But for now, we're rejoining the main trail, and we're going to hike this last, I don't know, mile or so up to Lion Lake number 1. Alright guys, and in 3 hours and 20 minutes, we're up here to Lion Lake number 1. We've got tons of flowers up here. Really beautiful. We're going to go ahead and work our way up to the north side of the lake. Probably take a nice long break and discuss if we want to go any further. We're just sitting up here enjoying these beautiful views of Lion Lake number 1. However, I think we are going to try and get up to at least maybe Lion Lake number 2. We're going to head over here to the north of the lake and see if we can pick up the Karens. And we're going to try and make our way up to that little shelf right there. We've worked our way down to the north side of Lion Lake number 1. And from here on up to the second lake, I believe we're going to have a nice cairned path. I remember this from when I did Mount Alice. It's really fun back here. Get to walk on these big rocks. It's not too hard. There are so many cairns out here. It's pretty difficult to mess this up. On the way up to Trio Falls and Lion Lake number 2, we have come across maximum flowers. Right here at the base of Trio Falls, it looks like we're on the east side of the water, and we need to be on the west side of the water. So we're going to go ahead and cross it right here. Well folks, looks like we just ran into a little bit of a problem. Our route to Lion Lake 2 goes directly right up that snow. We didn't bring any snowshoes or anything, so we're not really equipped for that. So instead, I'm going to see if I can go around the edge right here and find a way. That might be possible. We just need to scramble our way up these rocks, and then we'll be at Lion Lake number 2.
And that's how you do it.
there, folks. Lion Lake number 2. And then if you continue on past the snow and past the waterfall, right up there on that next little shelf is Snowbank Lake. We are about to hit Snowbank Lake. It should be just right over here. We made it, folks! 4th lake of the day. Snowbank Lake. And can you see why they call it that? It's got a permanent snowbank there on the western side. It's nearing 11 o'clock. Wind's starting to pick up, and we have quite a hike back to the trailhead. I believe we're looking at about 4 hours. So it's time to go. It's time to head on back. We're making it down probably the crux of the hike right here. That's by far the hardest single move. And then right behind that difficult move is the snow section. And I'm not gonna lie, this was my favorite part. We're officially back on the trail. This should be pretty easy now, all the way back down to the trailhead. I'm thinking it's going to take us about 3 hours. Yeah, we're partway down the shortcut section of the trail, and this is taking a long time. Anytime you do a 7-mile hike, it just feels like it takes forever to get back regardless. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and we're connecting down with the main trail, which means we have 1.4 miles left. We should be able to knock that out in about 30 minutes. And once again, my mom injured herself out here in the wild basin. She seems to do that every time. It wasn't a bad one though. She just scraped her leg on a rock. It was bleeding pretty good. So we fixed it up with some duct tape. We're passing Copeland Falls right now, and you can totally tell because there's all these kids yelling and screaming down there. They act like they've never seen water before. It's almost 2:30 and we're just about back to the trailhead, which means that took us 3 hours and 40 minutes to get down from Snowbank Lake. I mean, this was a pretty serious hike. We're looking at over 14 miles and over a 3,000 foot elevation gain. And we're back, trailhead. High five, Line Lake 1. High five, Line Lake 2. High five, Snowbank Lake.
Yes.
14 miles in the book. Hope you enjoyed that hike. And until the next one, y'all, peace.